Колеги, доброго ранку.
Good morning, dear colleagues. We are beginning our working day, and the first topic today is a Star Summer, a social project to address adaptation and socialization of internally displaced children. And the speakers are Sergiy, Svitaylo, President of Rotary Club in Kharkiv Multinational, Olga Zmiyivskaya, who is the founder and chairperson of this club, and Tamara Nedobir, who is a past president of Rotary Club Kyiv-Sophia. Hello, I'm Sergiy Svitaylo. I am the president of Kharkiv Multinational Rotary Club, and will tell you about the gist of our project. One problem, as you know, brings about other problems, and the situation that is now here in Ukraine, the military war situation, has given life to another problem, which is probably not yet on the minds of our society, but this is the problem of children. I'll also tell you that besides internally displaced children, we pay attention to kids who lost their parents as a result of in the zone of the anti-terrorist operation, especially the children of military people who have died while performing their duty. We also will take part in the project a number of children who are in dire situation, and our slogan is, there are no strange children, and strange children become strange adults. Last year we have effected such a project in Kharkiv with competitions. This resulted in a record of Ukraine, which was officially registered. This year we decided to implement this into a special program and to publish a methodological handbook for those who would like to work with such children, and we are joining our forces with other clubs in Ukraine. This year we're doing this with the Kyiv club, and next year I think we will work with other clubs. Tamara Nedobir will tell us in detail. I am past president of Kyiv Rotary Club Kyiv-Sophia. I'm Tamara Nedobir, and we decided to support the initiative of our Kharkiv colleagues. The Star Summer 2015 in Kyiv this year will happen for 50 children who lost their parents in the anti-terrorist operation zone. We want them to know that because of their will to win, because of their qualities, they will be able to overcome difficulties and find real measurements and yardsticks in their life. We have children psychologists have created a methodological program according to which we will work, and they base it on the contests that happened last year in Kharkiv. This is not a random program. Every child will have captains of their teams, and those are people who are examples for them from different spheres, like artists and actors, and sometimes teenagers, so to say, ape those people whom they respect and admire. So we are now looking for captains for their teams, to select people whom they will want to emanate and to emulate. And you know, last year we had a lot of examples when children who joined the program, who, for instance, smoked or who used swear words, by the end of the program did not do this. They tried to emulate their idols in every way possible. This year we're trying to do the same. We will have well-known singers, well-known TV presenters, and people from business who are examples for children. So 50 children in Kyiv, 5 teams, each composed of 10 kids, and the stages will be like this. First, acquaintance. This is a psychological moment where we want to discover and open every child, and they do open up when they do something interesting. We thought that the best acquaintance will be through a mini concert where they could introduce themselves and see their captains, and we will see them from a side and see what problems they have and what we should pay attention to. The next stage is a quest, which will work on several grounds. Those will be logical tasks and creative tasks for children. The children, as we planned, will go from Poshtova Square to Podil, getting to know the city, getting to know different nooks in the city, and they will also have developing contests at every ground, at every site. They will get points for each contest, and then there will be a rope town, which helps to feel the shoulder of a friend and which helps to believe in their own forces. And everyone will understand that you have to come through every, to go through every experience. As my Kharkiv colleague told me last year, there was a little girl who said that she was afraid during her trip through the rope town, and a boy who has already overcome this barrier came back, took her as a kitten, and made his way to the final goal. So I'm sure that this boy has become a real friend for this girl. We have to believe in the fact that there's a shoulder of the friend every time, and we just have to look for it. And the next stage will be the setting of the record of Ukraine. We want children to gather in the center of Kyiv and together draw how they see our city. A green, peaceful and beautiful city. The record will be in that there will be a great number of children in the center of Kyiv who will call everybody upon just one thing, what we want now, what the children want these days, and how we see our native capital. We will invite representatives of the Book of Records of Ukraine. We also invite journalists to join in this noble work, and we are happy that the Kyiv City administration will help us to install the work done by children in downtown Kyiv, so that every guest of the city sees what we aim at and what our children want. And the last stage will be, of course, final competitions between the Kyiv and the Kharkiv team, then award ceremony, and then a gala concert for children. This is very important because by the end of the program, children will change. They will become little citizens of our country who, with our help, will be able to change. In the process of all these competitions, they will be watched by children's psychologists who will analyze what problems the little participants in the project have, who needs some individual work, who needs more attention, which moments have to be taken into account. And there will be work with captains who will be taught how to treat little participants and what correct answers they should give. We also will hold an auction during the competition. During the concert last year, the auction helped very much because the kids who were from the anti-terrorist operation zone collected 42,000 hryvnia at an auction last year, and my Kharkiv colleagues will tell you more about this, so I invite everyone to join in the project, and thank you for your attention.
Good afternoon, I'm Olga Zmiyivskaya. I'm the founder and chairman of the board of the club Rotary Club Kharkiv Multinational. The Rotary organizations all over the world unite people with high professional standards and qualities. And in Rotary Club, we always have people who professionally have achieved the maximum. So using our experience and our knowledge, we try to make our project an interesting one, not just to entertain children. We say that we do not give a fish, we give a fishing rod. Our task is to prevent the social outburst that may be possible. There is a biased attitude to IDPs from ATO zone and to children. I was observing many times when children from different cities are not accepting the children from ATO zone. Now, using our professional experience, we can prevent the situation when these children grow up into some foreign adults, and that is the most difficult age group of children from 11 to 15. Their visions, their minds are being formed now. Our task is to demonstrate that we are United Nations, we all Ukrainians, that the problems of others are also our problems. Only together we'll be able to build a beautiful Ukraine. All the stages were developed so that we will, we are trying to explain to children that they are not poor, they are strong, they are not weak, they are strong, and they can even be helping others. A year ago, when those children who were in need themselves, they become the donors. These were small children who were signing a big poster to soldiers in ATO zone, wishing them victory, and they made the paintings and some things themselves, and we were selling these things on the auction, and then bought some blood-stopping medicines for ATO soldiers. And we want to show how we ourselves can help the country and the community. We don't need a lot of money for that project, because all the people who participate with us, they give everything free of charge. Our task is to organize it logistically correct, and to motivate children correctly. I hope that our project, just like last year, will be very successful. Using the social networks, these children meet each other, they become friends, and then they know that they have 150 friends with who they became friends. And this feeling that you are even a small citizen of Ukraine, but you are the person who is taken care of, that is very important. Our task is to give not a fish, but a fishing rod, and our task is to instigate them to commit some actions in response. We were thinking that these games will be over. We will set the record of Ukraine, but they will stay friends. The experience of last year showed that during the year the children were communicating between themselves and communicating to the popular personalities of Ukraine. Thank you, and famous personalities. Any questions? Bogdana Kostyuk, Svoboda Radio today. We will have a special program on IDPs problems. The question is when exactly, what are the dates, when this Star Summer will be taking place in Kyiv. And maybe you can give us a few names of the captains, future captains. In Kyiv, we are planning to start it on the 8th of July. And this will be what I said, the mini concert when children will meet each other. We will all play, we will all sing together, and the next stage will be in a few days. This will be the quest. These are the nearest dates. Now talking about stars, we want to leave it as an intrigue. All children, they want this star, not that star, and we want them to take the tickets where there will be the names of their stars who they love. Andrei Kulikov, Public Radio, you said where will this be happening in Kyiv, but where will this be happening in Kharkiv? And why? Children will go from Poshtova Square to Podil only. We were looking and we were trying to show to children the historic part of Kyiv. We wanted to show the places where they passed, where they were walking several times a day, but the mother was probably in a hurry, the mother would probably not know. And also here there is this or that event. That is an important and very significant event for our city, for our capital. That is why we selected Poshtova Square and Kontraktova Square. I believe we will have enough interesting places, and also there will be stations where children will stop and where they will have to execute some logical and creative tasks. The methodology is developed so that different cities can adapt this methodology for their conditions. In Kyiv, we will not be copying Kharkiv, and Kharkiv will not be copying the Kharkiv's event of the last year. We are changing games and locations, but they will fall within the methodology which we describe. As of today, we will open in the city park named after Gorky. Some of the games will be taking place there, others in other locations. We have agreements on how to do that simultaneously. It will depend on the weather, on the situation. Maybe we will even change the days because it's all in the open air. So we all understand that not a single master plan won the battle. So we're writing the plans, but the main thing is to follow this methodology that we developed half a year ago. Any other questions? Any other clarifications? If not, then thank you, friends. Thank you for this noble and wonderful thing you're doing. All the best to you.